join a very elite group of great stayers. He looks the part, he's chilled, they're deliberately coming in last, and will he be coming back first? We'll soon find out.
He's such a dude, isn't he, Stradivarius? And, you know, he's always gets a little bit colty. That's just him, but it's good to see him just swaggering around the pre-parade ring. There is Mojo Star. Not a bad individual himself, is he, Mojo Star? And Kyprios, who's the new kid on the staying block. So, watching them walk around the paddock here, he's just a bit colty, isn't he? And he's getting a round of applause as he comes in, Stradivarius, but that's not unusual.
It's not, no. We've actually seen him in the past doing that on many of occasions. He's quite a good singer as well. He likes to do a bit of shouting into that microphone every now and then as well. But look, this is the very last time we want to see him here at Ascot, and let's just enjoy the moment.
He's been such a, I don't necessarily like the expression, he's been such a servant, to come back here again and again, and as his age has gone up, he's continued to produce. He showed so much enthusiasm at York. That turn of foot is still intact, and look, if Will could get a horse home, I think there'll be enough Will in this place to take him wherever he wants to. It's fantastic to see him here. He's getting an applause as he goes around the whole way, and he's earned it, and let's hope he comes back safe and sound and runs a big race.
He must have got such a constitution, Freddie, because this is a horse who's, we told you some of the figures earlier about the miles he's galloped and the distance he's travelled, and it's quite extraordinary that he still does seem to keep doing it on the track, despite the fact you'd imagine he does get distracted.
Yeah, I don't think he's got any soundness issues as such. You've got to be a sound horse to be able to run at his age, and therefore, it just makes the job a little easier when you do get those individuals out every morning and you can exercise and work him, etc., etc. But mind you, he's been trained by an absolute master in, obviously, John, and now Thady Gustin is very much part of the team as well, and therefore they're minding him, or have been minding him for a long time, and I thought his performance at York was actually quite good.
Yeah, and he's an incredible individual. He's just walking past us now and the crowd are starting to clap. Haley, he's beaten 210 rivals in his life, this fella. We just need him to beat a few more today.
Yes, we do indeed. And it will be a very popular reception. The crowd really appreciative. It's great. You see it in national hunt racing, but not so much on the flat, and that was one of the beauties that John Gosden was saying to us last week. It's these staying races, and unusual, the horse comes back year after year. You see it at Cheltenham, but you don't so much see it here at Royal Ascot. It's a very special moment. And just had a look at Mojo Star, Alex. It was good to see him. He's coming back from quite a layoff as well. And it's just a bit of a question mark whether or not he's going to stay the extra distance. Ross Ryan will be getting up on board very quickly, and Richard Hannon trains, of course. He's a horse that ran so well in the Derby and the St Leger, so he's really interesting. Richard, just if I could just ask, where about this horse staying a bit further?
We'll find out. 10 minutes.
Yeah. Does he relax well enough?
He's relaxed, he's a gentleman, and he brings classic form to the race. If he stays, I think that'll be very competitive.
You've got plenty of work into him on his return to action.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Fine.
Excited?
Yeah, Alex, you kind of anticipation more than excited, and if he did happen to win, it'd be nothing more than relief.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Great to catch up with Richard Hannon. Stradivarius just about to come around past us now, looking as relaxed and laid back as ever. A bit like the man that we're getting up on board very shortly, Frankie Dettori. And I'm sure he'll be feeling quite emotional right now. Looks like Sadie's about to put him up on board. We wish them the best of luck. And it is quite an emotional time for the whole team, the whole setup, and the owner, Bjorn Nilsson, who's been pivotal in keeping this horse's career going. Go have a quick word with Bjorn. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling fine, unless I have a heart attack.
I think we're all feeling a bit like that. Isn't it wonderful when your horse walks into the crowd here today to adore him?
Yeah, it is, and we'll see how he goes. It's going to be a lot of good opponents, so we'll see. We'll see.
Well, it's great he's here, and thank you. We appreciate him so much. Bjorn Nilsson will be hoping that the horse is able to deliver this year and win a 4th race in a row and beat the wonderful Yates matched the wonderful Yates even. Have to see him another year if he's going to beat. Safi Oswald's just down in the chute. She'll be getting up on board very shortly. Aidan O'Brien, no doubt, will be overseeing Kyprios, who's just about to come past us on the far side of the parade ring and head out as well. William Buick, one of the leading riders on the jockey standings at the moment. That armband is in close numerically. Aidan O'Brien's walking out actually down the chute, I think, with Kyprios, who's just a little bit lively and on his toes. I mean, his third run this season, looking for his second win. Again, need to ballpark it over to Mick Fitzgerald to grab Aidan. There's no holding him back. Princess Zoe's just headed out as well, Alex. So some lovely scenes down here in the parade ring. Let's hope for something special out there on the track.
Yes, and Frankie about to get legged up on Stradivarius now, and he will be, as he customarily is. Oh no, well, not quite the last. There's a couple still walking around on the far side, but as Frankie's got on board, people are cheering and clapping again. I should think Frankie's in the zone at the moment, Fred. He's not going to be taking too much notice of any shouting.
Well, I hope he is, to be honest, because there's a bit of a bill there for him to pay up for, considering last year. You know, he was left with plenty to do in last year's race, and I'm just hoping things will unfold to him a bit more to his liking.
Yeah, he's obviously got the conditions, the underfoot conditions that are going to suit him today. We're looking at Mojo Star there. I haven't seen him since the Arc. How much of an ask is that, Kevin, for Mojo Star?
It's a massive ask. You know, in terms of a test of conditioning and fitness, Alex, you don't get much stronger than a Group 1 over 2.5 miles around here. You know, it would be an unbelievable training feat, really. Look, in this day and age, with the facilities trainers have and the ability to go and have racecourse gallops and things, of course it can be done. But it's not to say it's easy. and look, this horse has a lot of class, and he's always looked a real stayer. And look, this could be his game. So you rule him out at your peril, really, because all the potential is there.
It really is, and you know, he is classy. There is Burning Victory, who's put up some smart performances over hurdles. Of course, a fortunate winner of the Triumph a couple of years ago, but a second in a Cesarovic, so certainly no problem about stamina, Freddie.
No, she stays well, and she's a bit unproven on this firm go, and she hasn't tackled that yet. Look, she had 250 days off on the flat and 47 days off jumping, so she's fit. And she's trained by another master, and obviously Willie Mullins. And I think more than anything, William Buick will ride her in such a way that, you know, if he's going to be third, I think Connections will be more than happy to pick up this black type here with her.
Yeah, I tell you, I really fancied her in the Cesarovic. That was a tough one. She ran an absolute belter. And the race, I wouldn't say the race went perfectly for her. Look, I think there's more to come. She's rated 106. You can see why they're having a swing at the big black type here, Group 1 black type. And she wouldn't be one to rule out now. And if we're talking about ones of bigger prices, Alex, I'd mentioned Tashcan. Brian Ellison has done an exceptional job with this horse. He just keeps improving and improving. He's been close up behind the likes of Trushan and Stradivarius. I think he's building up to a big run. Clearly, the concern is the ground. I'm hoping he'll be okay. And if he is, I think he's capable of running a big race at a big price.
I agree with you, Kevin. And since he's joined Brian Ellison's yard, he's improved 58 pounds.
That's an incredible progression, isn't it? Well done to Brian Ellison, a really good trainer. I thought Princess Zoe looked good in the paddock, Fred.
She did. She looked an absolute beauty, and she obviously won the trial here very well under hands and heels right on the day by Joey Sheridan, who knows her inside out, and she ran an absolute screamer on this 12 months ago to finish second, obviously, to the Johnston horse. So look, she's in with every chance, and she's managed to handle firm ground now. So that's something she's learned over the years, and she would be in with a big chance.
Yeah, and prior to that run, that's such a big run in the race last year, Freddie, her preparation wasn't great. Like, she wasn't running well coming into it, and like you say, this year she's had an absolute belter of a run to lead her into it. Her